Hi guys. Today I'm just gonna talk about what I learned today. So like the main, I'm also like complaining that the main problem of the B3 is the deletion part. It's really hard to implement, but I almost implement the B3 deletion. But if you look at this graph, let's say you have a B3 like this kind of data. So what we're trying to do is let's try to to enable comparison. Let's just make it like this. Let's say we want to delete 5 and 6 and 7. Let's say 5, just 5 and 6. Since oh my gosh, I think I refactored the code of it, but I think there's something wrong with it. Oh, that's not good. But whatever. I'm just gonna keep trying to do stuff. The main problem with the B3 deletion is you have to really. I think the hard part was which one has to be used, which one has to be borrowed. An example, let's say you're on. Let me trying to delete this X. Let's say you are at this pointer. Let's say you are on this pointer. You're on the 5, 6, 7. To borrow the siblings, you have to borrow from this side. But the question is, yes, you are here, but which direction are you in? Example, you are on the 5, 6, 7. But the main problem is that if your pointing is this part, you don't know which parent directions to be meet in yours. So it's kind of what I'm trying to say is it's really hard to get the relative directions based on your current position. For example, you're on the 5, 6, 7, and you have to borrow 12, and that's kind of valid if you have the information or data that you're on the left part of the root of the parent node, and the siblings has to be borrowed on the right. But that could be really simple. But what if I said you are left of your parent node, but you're also the middle of your parent? What do you mean by that? If you look at, let's say, so let me just trim this part. You have 5, 6, 7, and you have 12. 5, 6, 7 is here, 12 is here. So let's say, but if you're like here, you can just easily get the value is 10. You're left of the 10. You can just borrow from 12, right? But what if I have on the value like this, 1 and 2. So if you're like this part, yes, you can borrow from the left, but if you're middle of it, you can also borrow from the right. So that is making it really confusing. You have to make some kind of like perfect rules of to get this which one has to be borrowed. I think that's why the B3 deletion is really hard, because selecting some kind of the node the siblings have to be borrowed is kind of hard. Example, if you borrow from the 12, but you have to know that if you borrow from 12, 12 is gonna be gone. If 12 is gonna be gone, if it is underflows or not. Underflows means that it breaks the rule of the B-tree balance. If you borrow from the 12, it will be underflows. So that's gonna be issue. So you have to borrow from the other siblings. But if you also borrow from the borrowed and it also make underflows, you have to merge it from the left or right. After you merge, you have to you have to insert the newer node into current the current node, whatever. And you also have to borrow from the parent. So that's making a really tricky part. So keeps on borrowing stuff, and try to implement the logic is really kind of hard to me. So I think this is it. I'm sorry, guys. I try to make it. I'm trying to make fancy. I'm trying to keep increasing my quality of this video, but I already have no time for it because I'm starting a new service with my teammates, and also and this part, the B-tree using B-tree and making some kind of small database is a really side project, and putting effort on the side project is kind of it's kind of worth it, but my body, my health is kind of already saying I'm gonna die, so it just keeps me complaining you have to rest. So sorry guys, this is Happiness. This is next time. Bye bye.